All right, chat. Like right now, like literally right now, dude. Okay, so, bro, before we do the lad stuff, I wanted to quickly talk about this because Final Fantasy is my life. And so we have the FF7 Ever Crisis, which we're going to look at this in a second as well, which this is sick. But first we got to do the big boy. Final, it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen. Like, look at this art. Look at this. Dude. Okay, it's really bad quality. But, look at Zidane and Dagger, Garnet, whatever, Vivi. Like, dude, oh my god, it looks so good. And all the merch, too. Like, okay, chat, so this book, so this is the vinyl. They announced this yesterday. And I guess, seemingly, the remake is going to be announced on Wednesday with the Switch 2 Direct. Like I said, like, if it is, I'm actually going to have a generational freak out. Like, not crash out, because I'll be happy. So, a generational positive crash out. I'm gonna flip. I'm actually going to freaking explode. Like, I love FF9 so much. Like, it's actually, it's so good, man. Like, Square Enix, if you hear me, please, I can sign an NDA. Like, what do I have to do to be involved? God, okay, so they, yesterday, or I guess this morning or last night, really late last night, they announced the 25th anniversary, like, project website, and they announced a bunch of merch, which I bought some of the merch. I bought the 2 figures. So they announced, like, a children's book for VV prior to the game happening. So, this is just, like, talking about VV's life. What if okay, so if FF9 Remake isn't at the Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday, that's fine. But, like, I know the remake's going to happen. And let me clarify this. I know the remake will not be FF7R tier, which is fine. I don't actually want that. Because one, FF9 is not big enough for them to do that. FF7 is, like, a one-off, like, thing like that. And also just, like, it's obviously not that. Because FF7R project is, like, a once in a decade, if not more. It's almost a decade now for the first 2 games. Like, that's not gonna happen, and I think some people think that may be the case, which it won't. And if they do, that's kind of their fault for like thinking that. But I think it's gonna be more so a remaster, but honestly more so of what Visions of Mana was. So the new Visions of Mana game, the Secret of Mana remake that came out. When did this come out? It came out last year, 2 years ago? Or whatever the Mana remake was. It wasn't Visions of Mana. Trials? Trials of Mana is this. This game. Trials of Mana remake. So, yeah, this right here. Trials of Mana original. I think it's going to be more akin to this. Probably almost, maybe even exactly. Just because the Mana games aren't, like, massive, right? I think it's similar to the same vein of the Saga games. Where, they're, like, big, but they kind of want to bring it back in a way because there's a niche audience. It's more popular in Japan. And so Trials of Mana came out, like, what, 2 years ago? Whatever. And it looks great. The new Visions of Mana game was fun. Same art style. And so I think this is the original game, which obviously drastically different from FF9 to now, right? This is more so like, NES era, whatever. But I think it's going to be the same thing where, like, just imagine FF9 and then imagine it looking like this. Because, once again, the Mana series isn't massive, and I think comparing, like, Trials of Mana to FF9 remake or remaster, whatever it will be, I think is a bit more, like, in scope. Just because, like, it's Final Fantasy, so it's bigger than Mana anyways, but once again, like, I don't know the budget for this game, and I don't think they did a crazy budget with it, because once again, it's like, it's pretty damn niche, but I would be I would make a high money bet that if it's not just a remaster where they, like, remake the models and they remake the backgrounds and they keep it relatively, like, the same PS2 game, and it's just, a little higher res and they just kind of, maybe they'll redo the whole backgrounds and everything so that it's just like proper PNGs and there's no like the resolution's like 1080p or something. But I don't think they're gonna do that. It seems like maybe they'll kind of go more in the direction of this, which I would prefer. If they don't, it's fine. I'm not gonna be upset because once again, I love FF9 for what it is, and like if it just looks really nice without some stupid ass AI upscaling stuff, then I'll be happy. But I think it's gonna be like this, because like I could be wrong about the Mana series. I could be wrong about Trials of Mana, but the game looks beautiful, right? Obviously, it's, I don't know the budget, but it can't be that incredibly high compared to like an FF7 remake, or even like a Nier game, or even like a Dragon Quest. So whatever team made this, whether this was in-house or not, I don't know. I would place bets it will be the same thing, cause it also, art style-wise, it's pretty damn similar. Like it's cartoony, and it doesn't have the Play-Doh look, but like more of like the Dragon Quest look. Where it relies heavily on like an art style and like heavy shaders and a lot more depth in like the shading and the colors to make the characters pop and the world pop. I think it's gonna be like that, and if it's not, then that's okay. But I feel like if they want to bring 9 back and they're doing this whole thing, if they're giving it like a whole like what like this, they're not. Why would they do that for such like a Chrono Cross? Because Chrono Cross also got remastered. But like, I don't think it's gonna be even to that. Like, look at this. So here is Chrono Cross. So like, you can see the original, 480p, whatever. Low resolution, like late 90s, early 2000s game, PS1, PS2, whenever this came out, right? Like this is like essentially what is it's the same 3D models on a 2D background, Final Fantasy 9, same shit, right? And then they remastered it, and it, higher res, the backgrounds are like AI up-resed or upscaled, maybe naturally, I don't really know, but it looks better, and it's essentially still the same thing, just like some quality life stuff. But I don't think it's gonna be this. I really don't, man. Like, it could be. It could be. It could be, they give us a whole new key art, and maybe that's, like what this is. Not this, wrong thing. What this is? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like all this stuff for them to just give us like a higher res remaster with maybe new content. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's either going to be this, it's going to be the scale of the Chrono Cross remaster or the scale of the Trials of Mana remaster. It won't be above. There's just no shot in hell. I would love for it to be, but like, I don't think it will, and also it doesn't need to be, because like, it's FF9, man. If you played the game, you know how the game is, art style, like artistically, it just wouldn't make sense either, because the game like thrives off of its art style and in the world and how it looks. So that just wouldn't make sense, at the end of the day. But I'm yapping at this point. But like, dude, place bets. It's gonna look like Trials of Mana or be similar, maybe from the same devs as well. I don't know, but I hope so. And maybe I'm totally wrong. They're not actually remaking the game. But like, dude, they also canceled. They had the TV show that was happening. But they canceled that, apparently. Did you guys know about that? Which I think some people did, but it was never, like, officially really... Also, what up, Jorge? How are you? It wasn't really talked about that much, because it wasn't, like, officially announced. It was more so kind of, like, teased here and there from the French animation studio, but they got shut down, I'm pretty sure. And there was an article, like, 2 weeks ago that I've seen no one mention, not a single person mention. And I saw it yesterday. Hold up. Bro, shout out Tidus Yuna for them asking this question because of their bigger following, so someone replied to them, shout out Tidus Yuna Venus. They tweeted out, like, where's the show, bro? Where's the show? And I was like, that's true, because seemingly they love FF9, so might go. What's up, Shay? How are you? And it got canceled, but it was supposed to look like this. It was supposed to... Dude, look at this, dog. I talked about this like 2 years ago when it got announced way back, because it was going to be shown off, I think, at the 2023 like animation show in like France or some shit. But no one was talking about it because it was supposed to be a kids show, right? And the studio that was making it or going to make it made a bunch of like kid shows that are like totally for like, you know, young 2, 3, 4-year-olds. But this is what it was going to look like? It was leaked apparently. And apparently it's a sequel. Children of the great hero Vivi, who wants to force the evil alongside Zidane and Garnett. What? It was gonna look like this? Are you fucking me in the ass? Bro, what? Like, this looks, what, dude? Are you kidding? And supposedly, which I didn't get to read all this yesterday, but the studio filed for bankruptcy, bro. So this, so I guess this isn't, like, internal. Like, these slides were meant for an internal presentation, so we shouldn't see these. But this is from 2 weeks ago, man. I saw no one's mentioned a single fucking thing about this, which is crazy, because, like, it's FF9. Like, look how it has the same, like, hand-drawn, kind of, like, older, I don't know what the style or genre of Cuphead would be, right? But just, like, the hand-drawn, like, old, maybe 90s, early 2000s, I don't really know, like, cartoon look. Like, it just looks very, you know, it looks nice and, like, comforting and, like, nostalgic, and it has, like, the nice round corners, round edges, whatever. But, like, dude! What? Are you dead ass? I hope that this comes to fruition eventually, because this looks adorable. Like, I don't know. Hold up. In November 2024, Cyber Group Studios announced its plan to file for bankruptcy, leaving the production of FF9 The Black Mage's legacy in limbo, but all is not lost. In 2024 of last year, 4 acquisition offers for Cyber Group Studios were registered, including a $5.2 million joint venture between United Smile and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So they're getting bid on, which is great. According to the report by Kidscreen, several bidders are seeking to continue financing the FF9 animated series. Newen Studios, which is owned by the French broadcaster TF1 and runs animation studio Blue Spirit, is one of the subsidiaries, is only offering to acquire select assets. Specifically, it wants the Giganosaurus, FF9, and Zoe IPs. So yeah, I think the Giganosaurus and Zoe is like some shit that looks like it's for 3 to 4-year-olds, right? Which is fine. It's an animation studio for kids. But I think that's why this didn't have as much hype or like talk about it ever, is because they're like, oh, it's going to be like for incredibly young kids. Like, why would they make a show about that? Why would Square do that? But I guess not. They just knew that they could cook, because clearly they cooked, dude. Like, this shit looks crazy, man. But yeah, the timing on this is pretty crazy, because I haven't seen a shit about this anywhere. But yeah, that's the show that I hope it comes back, dude. I hope it's real, because this was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. We've known about this since 2022, I think, chat. Like, I specifically remember it being, like, end of 22, I think, or even, like, early 23. And I was like, I can't wait for the FF9 show. It was, like, 3 years ago. It's been forever. And they were going to show it off. So, it must have been mad far into development if they have, like, stills like this or concept art and whole-ass presentations about it, man. I don't know. It's been talking about, I was going to say, it's got to be more than 3 years at this point. It was, you know, yeah, 2020 is when I started streaming again, and I played FF9 in, like, 2020. No, I played FF9 when I wasn't in college, and that was 2021. And then I heard about the show, I think, a year later. So it was like 2022. Yeah, it's been like 3+ years at this point. But that's crazy, man. Either way, there's the show. I think if the remake is real, if it's not on the Direct on Wednesday, I'm not going to, like, be really sad, because I still have faith. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, it's not real, because maybe it's not, like, a Switch 2 thing. Maybe it's, you know, just ample timing, because the end of the fiscal year. So, like, realistically, they're going to announce a bunch of shit now. Every company is, or soon, because, you know, fiscal year ends, I think, today or tomorrow, or already ended like a day or two ago. So that's also why Nintendo is having their Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday. is because they're like, okay, we're going to start the fiscal year with a bunch of shit to show investors so they can get excited. And so Square maybe is doing the same, because Square doesn't have much on their lineup for the rest of this year other than DQ 1 and 2 remakes and your Romancing Saga remaster that just came out with maybe like 1 or 2 other titles. They have KH4, that's, you know, to be TBD. They got FF Tactics Remaster, which is TBD. Near something, maybe Dragon Quest 12 has, you know, been in development for like 4 fucking years now at this point. So Square they don't got much. They had, you know, 2 big years previously, but I don't know, man. Either way, this is incredibly exciting, and they just announced a bunch of merch with it along with that. So that's all we know as of now, chat. But oh my god, dude. Like, I ordered these figures right away. I ordered both of them. I bought them yesterday because they're on Ami for $40 a pop, not $65 on the Square Enix website because it's overpriced. But I ordered both of them because, dude, oh, it looks so good, man. Like, look at Garnet. Is she doing an unboxing? I will. I don't think they arrive till like July, August. I think the Zidane one's July. I think the Garnet one is August, but I got them both, man. They look so good. And, dude, they also added the FF9 tab, which you can't see because my webcam's in the way. But there wasn't one at the end of the night yesterday, so it's now up there with 16, FF7, or FF7, FF in general, and FF14. So, like, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but why would they make a whole separate tab just for some extra merch, right? You can just throw that in the FF7 category like they do with, you know, all their other stuff. FF8, even FF15 doesn't have a tab, bro. And that's like, they're like one of their high-selling games. So, I don't know, man. Zidane Kaz when? Probably end of this year. Because I have his daggers, or his 2 swords being made right now. But, oh, I want to cosplay Zidane, yeah. Either way, chat. Look at the plushies, dude. Look at them. The Nui Gurumi. Look at them, man. I'm gonna order this one. The Garnet one I want to get because she looks really cute. And obviously I can't buy all of them because, you know, I'm gonna be broke. So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Garnet because I like the hoodie. It's adorable. I probably also would get like the Koina one, but it's just it's kind of hideous. It's kind of hideous, dude. Like, I fucking love Queena, man. I love that abomination. Steiner and Beatrix. The Steiner one's so funny looking. The Beatrix one is cute though, yeah. Dude, and even with Beatrix being in 7.2, the Mecha Beatrix, bro. Like, I'm eating so good right now. I'm so plump. I'm so big right now for FF9. But that's it, man. Just merch for now. Vinyl. I think this is like a Megane Burando. Okay, so it's a glasses brand. So we're going to get some FF9 glasses, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. But oh, God, I'm so excited. Please. Please. If it's a gacha game, I'm actually going to cry. It's not going to be, Inochi. Don't even say that. They wouldn't do such a thing, right? Surely Square is not dumb enough now to realize that their gacha endeavors don't work. After, what, Brave Exvius EOS like a week ago? Or got announced for EOS like a week ago? Ever Crisis, that shit's got a year and a half left before it's gone. And then, like, what other mobile games do they have? Is that it? The KH mobile game also has been in development hell. That shit has supposed to be out like a year and a half ago, or some shit like that. And it's been no news. Near Reincarnation, yep. Dude, yeah. I think the KH mobile game, Missing Link, I think they're gonna try to make a Switch version for it, or like a PC version, which it's essentially Pokemon Go, right? So like I don't know how that would work, but I do think that maybe Square has realized, especially with their whole redoing of the internal development cycle on games, that these games they make on mobile, like, if they're going to end of service, they should keep them, like, available somehow. So maybe with Missing Link, they're going to put it on Switch, or not just mobile, because Kingdom Hearts, it's Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's going to be vital to the story because no more bullshit, right? So why like don't lock it behind that stuff. I don't know. I'm getting off task or off topic, but FF9 Switch 2 Direct. If it's there, I'm gonna cream my pants. If it's not, it's okay because there's still hope that it'll probably be shown in the next 2 weeks. But either way, chat. If you're watching the YouTube video, you should go to the Switch 2 Direct reaction. If it's up right now, or if you're watching this the day before, you should be in the stream at 9 a.m. Please, thank you. Okay, bye YouTube.